one of the most important moments of our life as Gambians for our nation. And I'll make this case. I'll make this case. But where I want to start with is, it happens, it coincides, I mean, when this issue started, I mean the issue about removing the Auditor General, Modou Cissé, when we received them, I mean, information via the government announcement of a mini cabinet reshuffle, straight away, some of us saw through it that this was nothing like a cabinet reshuffle. And why? First, it was looking at the position of the Auditor General constitutionally, how it's stated, how it's created. 2015, I know people are trying to credit the dictator for creating that environment. That's not true. Around 2015, the donor community, the international agencies, donor community or partners, international partners decided, and this is not unique to Gambia, most countries they deal with, they said one of the organs, institutions they want to strengthen is the Auditor General's office. We have seen that in Senegal, in Sierra Leone, Ghana, so forth, and so forth. And the same thing happened in the Gambia by 2015. To make sure the tenure of office for the Auditor General is very secure. In a sense, to give the person who leads the office the independence to operate so that accountability can be ensured. This is the legislation that safeguarded the appointment and removal of the Auditor General. That you can only remove the Auditor General if it comes out that they are incompetent, it comes out they have committed malpractices, it comes out they are not capable of leading that office anymore. I'm just digressing, I'm not reading from the legislation itself. But this is the spirit of the legislation. Now, and if you have to remove the person, because I'm referring the person here to point, this is not about Modou Cissé, this is about the institution, this is about the country, this is about us. In order to remove the Auditor General, where he or she is found wanting or not capable of functioning in that capacity, the president has to get a committee, a tribunal, or whatever name given to the committee, but it have to consist of a judge and all the from the civil, the public service commission and from the ombudsman and so forth, to determine the merit of the president of the decision the president wants to take. This is very clear. This is absolutely clear. Now, if that is the case, the position of Auditor General is being protected in a way and manner that they will able to function, do their job, and deliver. And we know when Jammeh was there, I think there was Mr. Sankare, there was Ms. Jallo, Gay, and other Auditor Generals were just removed at will, or in fact prosecuted for no reason. But since 2015, the gentleman that was there, Karamo, I'm very sorry if I can remember the name, Karamba was there, and we saw how effective the Auditor General office was. bringing out audit reports, which indicts the government and I mean, very prominent people. Nothing was done, absolutely. Be the audit, the COVID, be security report, and orders. Nothing came out of it. What we celebrated the fact that we actually have Karamba. We actually have facts, evidence that can lead us in solving these problems. Karamba was replaced after, because Barrow wanted to kick Karamba out, because Karamba was almost about to finish. Probably they thought, no, let's leave it there. Okay, let's try and get someone in after Karamba, then probably we'll be able to control that. That's a very important point I'm going to come on to. This is what brought us Modou Cissé. Modou Cissé did not choose to go there. Yeah, he wants to be the Auditor General, but he was appointed based on the tenets of the Constitution, what the Constitution dictates, that he have met those qualities to be in there. Now, when Modou Cissé was appointed, people were kind of apprehensive. Oh, what would come out of it? Now, Barrow have an opportunity to appoint someone. And we know the track record. We know the track record. I'm trying to keep it brief, but it might take a little bit because I need to establish certain things. The reason people have apprehensions were trying to find out who Modou Cissé was. We don't know much. And allegations were made that he was related. In fact, people were saying he was a first cousin to Modou K. Cissé, who is one of the biggest enablers of the system, who served now as a President's Affairs Minister and the Chief of Staff for the President as well. Now the expectations was that then if, or as suspected or as alleged, that Modou Cissé of audit was related to Modou Cissé, then people were not questioning his qualifications, but saying that, oh, but he would likely enable the system, the corruptions or to protect the system, that Barrow put in place. But because when these things was going on, from this weekend, I started to try to dig in a little bit, because I did a program about it twice, on Askanbi Radio, and I did a Facebook Live on this. And as usual, Gambians came out from the security, from the security, apparatus, from the state systems, state house, and all that will know or have more information, and they share. And we managed to collaborate these evidences or statements they're giving to us. Modou Cissé, as far as we can determine, it's not related to Modou Cissé. I think that's important to note. They are not related by blood. They are not related by marriage. The only relationship they have, which probably before this weekend would have been called a very close, tight friendship. They all shared the same lineage of being Fana and from the same area, but apparently they are not even from the same village. This is what we came across. They are not even from the same village. Now, that's important to note. But the most important aspect of it, in fact, if we're even from the same mother and father, the evidence we are seeing today, or past few days, have provided us more facts that even if they were related, they are not the same person. they are not the same person. And I'm going to get into details of that. Why are they not the same person? If Modu KCC and Modu CC of audit were the same person, then Modu CC audit today would not be in the position he is today. What I mean in the position that he would not have been forcefully removed, illegally removed from his office. He would not have even, the issue would not have arisen. He would just have walked into the Minister of Trade with more perks and more benefits and whatever it is, and in fact, do more damage as much as possible because of he have, joined the farm. The Barrow cabal is part of the cabal. If you are part of the cabal, you don't get prosecuted, you get promoted, you get protected. Now, it's important to determine that. Then, what is the background of this? The other bit I want to establish is the lies the government are putting out to say that Modu CC of audit. I will keep on saying this, Modu CC of and let's not use the word former. He's legally occupying that office. If he's removed physically, it does not remove the facts that he is the Auditor General of the Gambia. Modu CC of audit have proven that he's true to what the oath of office, and he is serving that. And this is the background why they want to remove him. They want to remove him, and the way and manner and to the extent and the desperation from this government. What have transpired? I have established from many contacts, and I have collaborated, verified, collaborated, and I can stake my integrity on the statement that will follow. In a sense to say, the audit office, the Auditor General's office, they have, and we all see the solidarity they have shown to each other, and solidarity they have shown with Gambians, that they are entrusted, they have done their job, and they are ready to defend that position. They conducted series, and in fact, to my understanding, there are certain reforms. When Modu CC came in, he kind of tried to make it more kind of the effective, not only to generate the reports and present it to government or institutions and later to the press, to the point of they are now trying to get issues prosecuted by taking the reports to the Inspector General Police, for that matter, and AG Chambers. This is where it came out that the about the IEC. We all remember. We were all scratching our head. This was unprecedented. Why the police are acting was unprecedented. These are part of the reforms. There's a lawyer, in fact, now working within the audit office, something Baji, the son of former late Ensa Baji IGP, and others. And other forensic accountants been brought into the system to make sure they operate well, effective. And they did. And I'll come to the main contending issues that Barrow have a problem with. When Barrow learned about these reports from his enablers, the finance minister, Silikefa, the GRA managing director or general manager or whatever title he has, Yankuba Dabo, Yanks, from the managing director of what used to be called the Gambia Groundnut, Marketing Corporation, now is called the National Food Security Processing and Marketing Corporation, led by one Mohammed Njai. Mohammed Njai, who is technically or can be pronounced as a brother to President Barrow, because Mohammed Njai is a son to late Musa Njai, who's the father of the Papa Njai at the Gambian embassy in Nigeria, and so on, and from that end, and from Ahmad Ba, the Minister of Lands. When they reported to Barrow that, we are in trouble, our government is in trouble, because the Auditor General is, getting into and wanting to bring this out to the public, and actually, in fact, trying to push for prosecution. And they have to stop they have to make sure this is stopped. And this governor of Central Bank, I forget about Boasedi of the governor of Central Bank, they all appeal to the president that we are in trouble. Modu Sise, Auditor General, was summoned to the State House. And when they found out he was in Dakar, Senegal, conducting official business about the OMV projects. This is the power supply projects. And he had to cut. This is how urgent they make it. He had to cut this trip to come back to the Gambia. He was invited at the State House. At the State House. They cannot deny this. They cannot deny this. These are facts. We have witnesses that would testify if Barrow so wishes to get this to court. We have witnesses to testify that this happened. When he was summoned to the State House, the governor of Central Bank, Boasedi, Mr. Mohammed Njai, the managing director for the National Food Security Processing and Marketing Corporation, the Chief of Staff, Minister of President's Affairs, M.O.K. Sise, confronted the Governor General about these audits, and he was frank about it. We are just doing our jobs. We are not here to witch hunt. We are not here for, this is how it goes, and we have done our job. And they sense that the only way they can deal with this issue is to remove him nicely so that he will not become a whistleblower. He'll give him something. This is what leads to this appointment. That's why you can, when you look at it, moving the trade minister to defense, who was just hastily done, and it's a temporal thing to do. And I can tell you, from intelligence received, something that which I'm saying here for people who are related or who have contacts with the Auditor General, to listen to this carefully. He is so much an obstacle that he was not only going to be transferred at the Trade Ministry, but if he is lucky, he will have a long life, if he is lucky. Yes, this is a very credible intelligence that they would want to silence him forever. And the only way you silence someone forever if they are 6 foot in the ground. I know we have many mysterious sudden deaths in this government. And I will leave it to that. But again, if President Barrow wants to have the facts, let him take it to courts. Let him take to courts of these allegations I am making here. This is how desperate. Moving him to trade was not only to take him there temporarily and for him to become a political appointee and later to be disposed of. No, because he would still have the knowledge and whatever he has, to back up facts, he would be with it. Any government that follows or any time this can come and harm them. This is how big, this is the biggest corruption cover up that Barrow would ever do, because Barrow is right in the middle of this. When they thought about this, they just had to look at one ministry, and because the ministry is trade, and there's a precedence about this. The precedence is, and we have another credible evidence on the finance minister and Barrow discussing, in fact, to move and orders. I am not going to name. I'm just going to name Boaseri, the finance minister Sidi Keta, and President Barrow about this precedence, and they talked about, let's do as what we did to Mr. Is it Bakari Jammeh? Yeah, Bakari Jammeh, the former governor of Central Bank. This meeting or discussion is about with orders. I'm not saying orders present, but orders in the loop. This is how it come about, that they will move him there, and if he refuses, because they have sense that he's going to refuse, they sense it, and I'll bring you circumstantial evidence to back that up. When that happens, then he can forcefully remove, and he can only go to the courts, and we can settle the case in the courts. But this is what these people, but the other people I am talking about, the intelligence about actually physically making sure he sees more, it was discussed in a different forum. This was done by security operators and political hacks. It was done. Now, this is why they went up, choose to move a career teacher just to defense. That's how Barrow just disregarded. The most important thing was, let's get this situation dealt with. Then they move Modu, and now he was invited. Take this. And I'm happy that the letter came out and collaborated what we knew before the letter coming out. Now, it was about 1 p.m. on a Wednesday, I believe. Because I did not have time to write this brief. At 1 p.m., Modu, the Auditor General, Modu Sise, received a call from the Chief of Staff that, you are needed at the State House. Needed at the State House. He thought it's obviously suspected it's the same negotiations about how to deal with this case. The minute 1 o'clock, and say, yeah, I'll be coming. Between 1 and 2, and they call again to say that, make sure you are here before 2 o'clock, because the president need to pray and have to attend to other business. He said, yeah, I'll be coming over. I'll make sure I'll be there. Within that time, he was called extra 3 times, and they cannot refuse that again. If President Barrow or the government want, let them take it to court. I have the evidence. And I am not saying where the evidence is coming from, but I have evidence to prove this. That they made a call 3 times. Now, you understand now, psychologically, what they were playing at. 1 o'clock, come and see the president. Between 1, make sure you are here before 2. And next minute, make sure you're here, 3 times. Hastily, he went in there. Everything that Dr. Cisse said was a lie. Everything that the government came out to say is a lie. It's fabricated lies. They were not even expecting acceptance. Do you know why? Now look at this circumstance evidence again. The psychology pushing. If I said up to this weekend, let's say he have an excellent relationship with the chief of staff. Now, you think the chief of staff would not have known that his friend is not going to accept this appointment? You think that? And I can tell you with evidence that the chief of staff was crying, begging him to accept, because of for him it's his. Then Barrow is going to question his. Barrow was going to question his bro. I'm online. Barrow was going to question his effectiveness if he cannot even get his friends to comply. Not that. Now, getting to the State House, all the process was hastily done. And Barrow said this: "Thank you very much for all that you have done. For the work you have done for us. You are always in my mind to make sure you benefit from this government. It was just a matter of time, but now I am going to appoint you to be the Minister of Trade," and handed the letter. In that situation, what else can you do? The Auditor General, obviously, or any sensible person, knew that what was actually happening right there. He took the letter and promised to get back to them. He left. Getting to his office, or wherever he went after the State House, because, the State House received the information that this guy is still not going to accept this. The same night, at 11 p.m. in the night, Modou K. Cissé and Alhaji Babu Cissé, National Assembly member, and another third person I can't remember. And this is where the third person I was told did not enter. I don't know who that third person is, but most probably there's definitely 2 people went in. I'm not sure whether 3 went in, but there's someone out there who did not go into the house to visit the Auditor General Modou Cissé. 11. From information, they technically got him out of bed. Now to appeal. And information we received, these people, it was so emotional for them. That the member of parliament was crying, begging. You think, logically again, you think someone who have accepted an appointment in that afternoon will just get home and say, "No, I don't want it." And an appointment which should be a promotion, and say, "I don't want it." The logics of it. Cry. I am emphasizing on the person outside because from what we learned of, that person outside was, for any reason, he did not go in. And Modu Sise, if he doesn't have cameras in his house, it is time to get them. He should be very careful. They left. Friday, on a Friday, still, for someone who have accepted, or you said the person did accept it. And I think on a Friday, they sent imams and let them deny it, because I'm going to call the imams names, and those imams who dare not deny it. And just a minute. Imam Muntahaka, I don't know who he is. Iliman Sise, I don't know which Iliman Sise is it. And Mordecai Sise and Alaji Abu Sise. Again, Mordecai Sise, Chief of Staff, Alaji Abu Sise, Member of Parliament, because they are from the background of Fanas probably. I'm not sure what the relationship with Alaji Babu Sise and Modu Sise, but it seems that whatever they are using him to try to put pressure on him. They went and visit Modu Sise's parents, the Imam. They went to Modu Sise's parents to talk to the parents for Modu to accept this appointment. According to the report, because I can tell you SIS is involved in this, it has already become a national security issue for them, the survival of that government. That's why today when I reported that SIS were in the building, I knew where that information comes from. The people probably only recognize the police officers and others, but SIS were in the building before anything. And this is why I'm really worried for Modu Sise. Many mysterious deaths in that government. I'm very worried. Now, according to the report, again, when they went to the parents, probably there was an SIS. But what I know is there was a report. This is where information comes from. And these things, and the parents, they had to march the parents to Modu, to go and meet Modu Sise, the Auditor General. Just imagine, to appoint someone, promote them, you have to force them. This is force now. I don't want it. I don't want it. How many people can you appoint as Trade Minister? How many? They went to Mood, and respectfully, according to the report, they were hopeful, because Modu said that was a Friday that he was going to call on a Saturday. What I failed to record is when the Chief of Staff, Mordecai Sise, Alaji Abu Sise or Babu Sise, the Member of Parliament, and that third person went to visit the Auditor General that night. He promised them that he was going to write a letter. And for them, they left hopefully, because he had to get rid of them, because they were not living. The report said that he promised them, they were hopeful. This is why I remember, again, because of, the Imam's report was that they are hopeful he's going to accept it. He wrote a letter and sent the letter via courier, and that letter to the State House, and got a receipt that the letter was delivered. And these people were things, and the letter was the official response as things should be done. That sir, I cannot. sis Maggie life naloko. This is the letter to say, sorry sir, I cannot take this. I'd rather stay onto this. It did not end there. On Saturday, when they got the letter, that's why they sent the imams. The imams, he said, okay, on Saturday I'll call you guys to give you my feedback. Made them hopeful, not to disrespect the parent, his parents and everything else. But his mind was already made up. You see, this is again. That's why I started from saying, oh, look, people who allege or people who thought, and for good reason, who thought that this guy would compromise. Now it's proven now. If he was compromised, the issues would not get here. He is fighting. We have never seen this amount of fight, not to accept somewhere and try to protect, not himself. He's protect the institution. I'll get there. What I mean to protect the institutions, if these presidents continue, what do you think? No audit. I'll compare that, no audit. Just I have to, I have to know that, guys. I'll get to know that no audit. No audit. Why no audit? Now, I'll get to no audit. Within that time, the reports, when I say reports, I'm talking about SIS reports, contain the amount of people they use leverage to try to convince this guy. Sidi Kena, finance minister, desperate because Sidi knows the implications of this audit report coming out. This audit report's coming out. And Sidi and others, they all tried. Saturday. Again, the timelines. This is the reason. Last night, I started to preempt. Because from the SIS themselves, to be factual, they are not happy. I am not talking about so. But even so, I'm not that so doesn't want something to be done. So advised against forceful removal. Sidi Keta, Musa Adrame, Ahmad Ba, Boaz Sedi, and others insist that we cannot leave this to go on long. Let's do something about it, get him out, and he will go to the courts. And we will settle. This is the technocrats or the ministers, some of the ministers, not entire ministers. This is their mind, this is what they're doing. Those who actually want to cover for themselves. This is why that yesterday, they gave me the information that a lot for online, so that Gambians will know what's going to transpire tomorrow morning. When we did that to preempt it, to stop it happening, they debated and they said they're gonna insist to do it. Now, this is the background. It's a lie, and I think we have made it plain that it's a lie. This is why this is what they're doing. But let's go to now the major issue here, why they want him out, because he's not complying and doing what they want him to do. One of the cases is 900 million, almost a billion linked to Barrow. A billion linked to Barrow. How? There are 3 companies, and all these 3 companies are linked to Barrow's nephew, Amadou Sane. And I'm just stopping on Amadou Sane, but downstream, Njaga Sane is part of it, downstream Barrow's son, Baba Barrow. Baba Barrow is part of it. This is what explained this measure they're going to take, and this is explained again why they would go to the point of making so that damn this is. I have credible intelligence from people that have nothing to make to lie about this. Very, very credible and very scared to say that let Modu Sisi be very careful. Very, very careful. Now, the central bank governor was it just as again he did with the case of selling Megabank to the people that Barrow wanted to sell to. And technically, Megabank, in fact, deep down, Barrow might still own shares through Wage. Because again, the reason the governor of central bank, former governor of central bank, Bakari Jammeh, was removed because he was invited to State House in the presence of Wage and others. They wanted to find a way to sell Megabank to them, the Congolese and other East Africans. Bakari advised against that, said that if we are to do it, this is where we're going to do it. If not the international community, this is it. Gambia, let's not be dependent what the international community will do. They won't do neither, nothing. If we haven't taken care of our problem, they are not doing it for us. This is how it went. And now, down the line, they technically stripped Megabank to the point that it will make a case to get rid of it. Even this thing, but with all the so-called procedures they said they created, it's a lie. They already have their buyers. And Wage is part of that buyer. And tell you that Wage is entrenched in the Gambia now. He's got his brothers, cousins, and everything. They're running these things. You see, the country has been mortgaged to foreigners. We saw what that chap is doing with the procurements, everything else, Indians, Turkish, and everything else. But not Gambian entrepreneurs. Not Gambian entrepreneurs. Because of the kickbacks for Barrow and all. Now, the investigations, part of the audits, is Megabank. 3 companies all linked to one person is Barrow's nephew. And again, let me explain this. Barrow's nephew was not made in business or anything, or nephews or others, because they are, even Barrow's brother Bully, who was just doing a little bit of farming now, Bully's a millionaire, tractors and everything. And don't tell me, oh yeah, so some brothers in AK president, I go, that's a lie. It's corruption. It's called corruption. Gambians know what I live in. Kuneka has a potential, but that's a lie. The sister who is married to the IGP is gone to see the properties she had. She was not even a vendor. But now, the same thing with this Amadou Sane. Amadou Sane now got they're building a flour mill. You see, I mean, 2 things they're doing is either foreigners will come and take and make sure every profit they make they take away, or they make one of the SIS guys said, look, we thought Pa Bojang was bad. Pa Bojang is Jammeh's nephew, but he said, I mean, Amadou is worse. Now Amadou is technically, in fact, running the NPP because of everything else. Now, 900 million. One was 300 million, one was 400 million and others. Given to 3 different entities, companies, but they are all linked to one person. That's Amadou Sane. For what? To invest in business. Who guaranteed that? Central Bank. Central Bank to guarantee for because all the assets and everything, if you go through it, it's not worth anything. Or if you have done the due diligence, you find out a bank should not do that. But it was okayed by State House, okayed by the Governor Central Bank. They did that deal. Now, the second part that will bring us to Mohamed Njai of the National Food Security Processing and Marketing Corporation, who is, again, as I say, like a brother to Barrow, because he's the son of Musa Njai. Last year, he bought a property in Fajara, and again, I don't like going to family details, but if anybody challenge to say that he come out of money, I can tell you it's a lie. Or his father was rich, they came into money, it's a lie. He did not come into money. People that know. It's a lie. And many Gambian or businesses, if you understand their debt liability, when they are no more, you find out that they are broke. It's a lie. He bought a property that would have only in Fajara South, where we call around Hideout. Bought the property, dismantled the property, built the property within 6 months. That amount of money. Because he is involved in the corruption. Barrow put him there. Now, these companies, or two of these companies, are dealing directly with the National Food Security National Food Security Processing Company, Mohamed Njai. And what it is, I explained the last time, importing what they call commodities, basic essential commodities, rice, oil, sugar, and so forth. You know, when Central Bank tell you we have pumped this much into the markets, this is what they do. Now, they are doing this, giving this money for this business to thrive. Amadou Sane, Jaga Sane, Amadou Sane's wife, our Sinyan, one of the company, our Sinyan, and the husband, Amadou Sane, and the Mauritanian, and another Sarahule guy, I believe, were involved. Now, already, that money is not recoverable. This is the problem. Those monies are not recoverable. They bring this rice and everything else. They brought a Mauritanian to be the operational director, not a Gambian. Again, you see how they seal themselves. Family matter, they brought in a Gambian. A Mauritanian to do the operations. Now, down the line, they have trucks and everything, taking things out of the country as well. Now, you wonder why our dollar depreciates. Because the government have no other program. Have we ever had a program anymore? National Development Program? No more. No. Personal Development Program. We are not producing. We are not, instead of, 400 million, almost 900 million, how much of enterprise we can create for youths, women, how much this is, just go on. But they will come. And I've already seen that. I'm not going to name that person because one person have started doing it, but I know he's an NPP hack. The person in Canada coming out to say that, oh, you guys don't know this Modusise, he hates Mandinkas. Please, let me emphasize. Don't fall for this tribal stuff. Now they're trying to bring it to be that, so that people will not support the institution. I am not saying support Modusise. I don't support people. I support institutions. Modusise represent the institution right now. They are trying that now to say this. But he is NPP. It's GT. Let me just say, I don't like giving attention to it, but it's GT. Saying it. And this is a narrative they want to pump out there to be about tribe. Let us not fall for this. Now, part of these companies, the ferry service you hear about the talkies, part of the audit is going to touch on the ferry service. And I said the last time that we had allegations, but now I can dare even say that Barrow have an interest in the ferry service. The same thing, mega bank, break it out completely, sell. Now, bring in the ferry service, rather than walk on a ferry service, next minute the talkies will run that and Barrow is having his kickback on it. Just add the port and orders. This is why they want to get rid of Moses. Rid of, I'm saying. Not just to make sure he leave government. If he's not careful, he will be normal because they want to get rid of him. Now, Central Bank got involved because of mega bank loans to this company. The National Food Security is nonsense. But you realize that the Japanese rice as well goes to the same company called the National Food Security Processing and Marketing Corporation. This is why Barrow put a family member there. And who benefits or run it? Njaga and others. Njaga and others. You think if Modou Cissé was something else, you think he would risk all what is happening to him now? That's why it shouldn't be about him. It should be about making sure we fight. We fight for our institution. This is what it should be about. Now, let's come to the other bigger one. Lands. You guys remember, I said that I don't know what the audit report is going to capture. But according to the reports or intelligence we have from SIS, on behalf of Barrow, our man, Ahmad Ba, is involved in all of that land deals. That's why when Ahmad come and say something, think about the opposite. Oh, we are not going to give foreigners, is a lie. They have got into a lot of deals from Musa Drame Ahmad. That's why they are all part of fighting to make sure this man is getting rid of. That's another audit. That's another stuff they're protecting. But let's come to the biggest one. GRA. GRA. Part of the intel. You see, when we talk about institutions, academic, that it's not the entire institutions we are criticizing. We know people working there trying to do everything to make sure things are right. They are Gambians. They are hurt. Especially from our contacts with these people, they said it's the sovereignty. Because these are SIS officers that are very smart. They know what sovereignty means. It's our economy. Sovereignty is going to go. The Indians, the Turkish, the Barrow himself is covered. It's worse than Jammeh. Imagine. And I'm telling this SIS, they are not sympathetic to Jammeh. They are not. I'm not going to go further to just say, but I'm not sympathetic to Jammeh. They have nothing to do with sympathy to Jammeh. It's facts. Part of, again, don't take me for the figures. I'm going to give you. Let's just give you an example, the range. You remember the importation of cement from Senegal. The audit on that, on GRA, they find out from that audit that annually or what period they looked at, it was meant to be around 500 million collected. And this was when they were charging them $30. But what the GRA have submitted is about 150 million. Just look at that. You see, when people say that we are not poor. We are not poor. Now imagine 900 million for Megabank if that was put in the right place. You think we are going to lose 900? No, we did not lose 900 million. The potential that my 900 million should give us. And if you do this audit in a way, look at the human factor in it. You think how many youth enterprise, how many youths, if they were successful, running businesses. You think they will die in the Sahara or in the Atlantic or get to the source of Europe and go mental? You think these youths just want to be, I mean, there's something pressure out there. There's pressure out there. You think this woman suffering, dying in hospitals, people dying for maldiagnosis, and everything that's wrong in that country is this corruption. Let's come to it. That's just one aspect of it. Because again, there are so many. But one thing, this, which something I knew, this SIS guy said, and when he said, and sorry, I'm laughing, it's not funny. He said to me, do I know that most of this stuff that Barrow wears, Barrow said it to someone very senior, and that person said it to the SIS guy. Or Barrow is saying that all the stuff he wears, it's provided by GRA. What it means by Yankuba Dabo. I said to him, you are bothered about what he wears? I said, I know that for a fact. Dabo's Senegalese wife, I know that for a fact. They got it from Senegal. But that's not the reason Barrow is bothered. No. I said, let's get into it. How much those youngs give to this thing? This is what we need to know. Yankuba Dabo of GRA. This is what we need to know. But that's why they don't want these audits to continue at the GRA. They want to stop the audits. Now, the NPP again, they will come. I'm telling you, they will come. Watch out for this. They'll come to give you that CC is UDP. They'll tell you that. Or CC is doing this because for the election for UDP. It's a lie. CC have nothing absolutely to do with the UDP. Most of his friends and these things are NPP. And family members are NPP. He is not into politics. But they'll try that. They'll try the tribal card. He hates Mandinkas. They'll try this thing. This is all they're going to put it to make it something else. We all seen. I don't want to bring other people's in it again, but we know how they label others. They will try to do it again. For us to let things go. But just ask yourself, why forcefully remove someone? Just imagine. Now, if Caesar said, I am not accepting this job, promotion, I don't want it. I have a protection here. This is what I want to do. I'm passionate about this, and I think this. And knowingly that if he leaves, Caesar knows that if he leaves, what's going to come onto him? Onto the position. If he had complied the minute he was approached, he would still be there. He would still be there. He would still be there. And we would not have heard about this. We would not have heard about this. We just sit there, oh, audit reports again today. Well, and we would have been also again, there's no substance in it. You think the international will come and fight for you? Look at what they did to Senegal. Senegal, because of the audit reports, and the president himself, Macky Sall, said, I put my elbow on the files. And he was saying this in front of the criminals that committed with him. Technically saying that, look, and this was about to determine his third term, saying that if you guys mess up and did not back me for my third term, you don't fight enough for me to stay in my third term, but if I lift my elbow here, you guys are going to be in trouble. And that's what came out. Everything that Sonko was saying or everything was from leaks from the audit departments. Because Senegal have a very complex audit or accountability processes, but audit departments. Today, those are the files they are using to prosecute them. Pastef did not conduct any audit of that matter of these institutions. No, these ones are reviewed. They review what they have found. And now that was enough. And this is why Barrow is fighting to make so. If, first, I said if Modou Cissé of Auditor General complied in what they wanted, nothing would happen. He would have gone going on and stay there for the end of his term. But he's a disruptor. He disrupt, and no, I'm not going to do that. Now, if Barrow appoints someone and they say this thing, what special skills does Modou have to go to trade that other people don't have? Why want to remove him here? There's a law protecting him here. We all know this is the point. Now, the other point is now, even if he said, I'm not moving, if you want to move him, why physically take him out? Because there's no other process. There's no process. Now, if they come out with any allegations, be careful. Why not allege that before? Now they might want to go. This is why I'm keeping my eye on this. I'm following. This is a big one. If other departments go, what's left? What's left now? We know the troubles, Accountant General and all the other places. That's it. It's gone. Finished. Until Gambians take it to themselves and make sure they remove Barrow. And this thing should be the catalyst for it. No matter of going out there. The MPs should go and impeach. I'm not saying that impeach other MPs will come, but go to the accountability is to keep things in record. It's to keep things in record. Go to the process. We see what comes out of it. Whoever defies and refuses that you be in record that you were part of the people that stopped the impeachment. Let civil society organize. Let people ready to come out and say enough is enough. The hospitals, everything in that country is gone because of this corruption, and Barrow benefiting directly. You think if Barrow was not benefiting, you think he would want to commit this crime? This is a crime. It's injustice. You think he's doing to save himself and save his government, because he put all these people in place to enable him to do what he does. And Modou Cissé is standing against that. This is why they are fighting him. What next? He's going to be replaced. What we know, facts, the one they want to replace him with, Chanoso. Now all evidence are coming out. Some people are saying allegations of malpractice. He was going through the process. He jumped bail or something and left. That's the kind of person now you want to come and bring. And is it a surprise? No. Is it a surprise? No. But let's follow and see. Gambians leave this to go. Things continue. Barrow will continue to do what he does. Modou Cissé, what options does he have? He has to take legal action. He's already got his lawyer. But my advice would be, yes, take your legal action, but take care of your life. Because you are a walking evidence. You are a walking evidence. Take care of your life. Be careful. Don't trust them. Not those imams. Not those MPs that might say they're family. Not those friends or anybody. Be careful. Be very careful. How he's going to go about the trials and everything else, he has proven something. That he has integrity. Because I said, if he complied, nothing would have been heard of. He would still be there. Or if he, compromised, he would just have gone to the trade ministry and continue to do what he does. That's why we should be very alert And we expect to hear more from politicians, not press release. We need to hear, these are things, we need to make sure, he is staying. He's not even this, I'm not saying using the word reinstated. But if we don't stand with him, he's not losing. He's going to the courts, and I can tell you the courts would have to compensate him. And that might be for the rest of his service that he was meant to spend there, or and cost and everything. If the courts fail here, the EU court, the ECOWAS court will give him the verdict, or they will compromise and pay him what is worth. If we stand with him, then we will be protecting the institution. If we don't stand with him, you don't blame him if he go and settle and go and have his life and family. I won't blame him. This is for us. This is not about him. This is about the institution itself. It's about for Gambians. To think about the international, yes. But the international would put pressure so as for Gambia. If they see that Gambians are really disappearing, they say, look, we are not going to do this. At this moment, the international they have been. They want to keep us poor. They want to keep us dependent on debt and grants and nonsense. They want to dictate our policies. They want to do everything. Especially now, China is there as an alternative. They want to make sure they are not even putting the pressure they used to put on institutions in these countries now. This is why, for us Gambians, it's our duty to do. Guys, yes, I want to keep it brief here, but inshallah we'll follow this and see it to the end. And if Gambians do what they're supposed to do, Modou Cissé will be back, would be in his office. And this ridiculous stuff that he's been sent message to one not to go to the office. Just imagine that. He's not out of employment. Legally he is still employed. They cannot suspend him. They cannot do all this. He's protected. But this is abuse, and people saying, but Barrow is peaceful, or Barrow is a lie. They came a few days, we are fighting corruption, Gala, they have a meeting with Gala, we're fighting corruption, we have so much cases, they're lying. The biggest corruption they're covering up. 1. 2, they come out to say Barrow gave us freedom. We all know that's a lie. He cannot even maintain the freedom we gave him and created in that country. Then we have to be vigilant. Thank you very much, guys. I have work to go to, but inshallah we'll follow up. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Until nata bi, man ma fi duga si tay just to elaborate mean Sotuta Gambia right now. Ning Auditor General issues. Right. It's going to be a very short video, but I want you guys to share it. Sorry, I am very rough right now. Baba Soboto, but I Mangwato phone, so I haven't even got the time. Right now, let's get into this right quick. What government did forcefully removing this guy from his office is very unconstitutional. It is unlawful. And I am asking all political parties to come together, unite, do a pressure, and put pressure on government. Because if this slides, it means government, it will set precedents where government will continue doing whatever they want and nothing's gonna happen. So now, government is testing the waters, doing this ridiculous thing, unacceptable thing, to see what's gonna happen, to see the end results. So if this goes through, I am telling you, government will continue to do illegal stuff, unconstitutional stuff, and I tell you what, this will affect you. It will affect your political parties. for they will come after you and nothing's going to happen. So, make a stop to it now. Let all political parties do a presser or come together, have a peaceful protest. If not, let them do a presser and talk to government, where all the international institutions would be watching and know what's going on in our country. This is what I asked for, and I believe it's the right thing to do. But if you neglect or ignore this, unconstitutional stuff, mind you, it can come back to haunt you, right? So this is my message to all political parties. You see, be serious. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. This is absolutely madness. How can a government forcefully remove Auditor General from his office and all opposition parties are sitting and watching? It's not right. Don't condone it. You must not, because it's not right. It's absolutely crazy. This is just unbelievable. So I urge, like I said, all political parties, to do a presser together or come out and have a peaceful protest, and then and I'm asking the government to release Kemo Fati immediately and to release Aluba immediately. They must not be charged. In fact, they were not supposed to be arrested, right? So please release them immediately. Let me focus on opposition party so lenyanta funtila ye peaceful protest ke or ye let them ye fenko ke press conference or ye okay a joint press conference ka itandi government la ko ye minke nying it is unconstitutional amanyang lua ya baile ye minke lua ya baile and government onying abe minke can sign about try kanedron ka jibe for ninyin tambita moman ku keje silang fengo fen diate ibina wole kala aye lua ya bayo o lua ma bay fengo fen diate ibi wole kala silang teka min fo ninyin niya bula fo nyin tambita ku man keje this government iba continually ka fengo fen ke andung ninyin tambita alga mira de nyin isina no fang ye bulo la ni political party la andung ku ti bola je silang janni wo bebe sotola political party so nyanta wuli la le ye pressa ke o ye peaceful protest ke katu ninyin tambita government fang osi no le katu nyimbe sementi yala le it will empower them, right? Kadu balona kuti bola je nyimbe sementi yala le pour ye funti ye ku fanan ye ku do fanan ke. So nintelem nyim political party sol ngaminfo ya ke ye presso la government la dunia be ba jibe lale iba lonna ko tonya ni opposition no lati bar nalbe siring amang ku kije albe dering amang fen kije mind you next asika atolti ninga fenje gomene min ke mialgo timbal yalem mol nyanta wuli lale opposition nyanta wuli lale ye ku kije ka ninyin tambita as I said mol malonde asinano itol fon tole so ndebe ni fokan ye wuli ye pressa ke o ye peaceful protest okay mi ya lonko e bayitande ko gohomeno e ko nyin Gambia luwale bije nalbe fengo fen kela a nyanta kela luwale nyanta tamandila right because nyimbe mo remind kanne yaya jammele jamono a datita tenne naif aya datile mol silata mol man fenke opposition man fenke aya dati fo labanta muntole anata labanta opposition fangole ya wala ya sabu ye oye nyol mutajang ye ba usenu nyol mutajang ye mo jamal muta ikare aresen la ikare sambale kasoto mo jamal le fataje a datita tenne so nin lafita nak nyin kana continue bi nyin dati tale let's make a stop to it immediately nga ñine soto mbemi folaye now suma mbokki olof yi lu ma leen doon wax nag mooy ne opposition parti si dañ war a jóg ñu def pressa waaw ñu def pressa o ñu génn def peaceful protest parce que li lu moo jur mooy ñii def nañ lii tey suñ constitution bi àndu si tey àndu si ëllëg ray tut suñ bàyyee lii mu jaala dafa dooleel government daf leen naa dooleel te lu moo def mooy dafa wone ne ñoom lu leen neex mun nañ koo def te dara du si génn soo te balaa ñoo egga si loolu nag ñu daga ko mu stop tey lii bu mu amati ñoo leen ne dëkk bi dafa am loi te government ñoom it dañ war a dox si loi dëkka loi moo koy yóbbu waaye ñoom lu leen neex ñu boo ko def ñu bàyyi mu jàlla lii dafa mun a continuer te su boobaa opposition parti seen boppa government bu naaxee benn suba dal seen kaw te su boobaa dara du si génna soo fu ma waxee mooy government su waree door loo xam ne jubut loo xam ne raytut dañ ko war a daga dañ ko war a stop immediately nit ñi dañ war a jóg opposition parti si dañ war a jóg su boobaa government dinañ ragal duñ ko defati dañ xam ne bés bu ñu waree def loo xam ne anduta loi dëkk bi dina jóg suñ kaw parce que Gambia dëkki loi la waaye su bii jàllee opposition parti si toog bañ see def dara su boobaa government de dafa am sañ-sañ bi de parce que dafa xam ne képp lu ma defati lu anduta loi sax dara du si génna su boobaa dañ koo defati te dara du si génna te nag su waay di def lu bon ngay koo seetaan mun naa ñoo dal sa kër de te su boobaa du yomba te nag su boobaa kenn du génna taxawal la moo taxit ñu ne ku yar sa mbóor ku yaaxa sa mbóor balaa moo daan keneen yow laa njëkk a daan soo nañ bàyyi xel si lii man lii laa am pour wax te nag gars yu arrest muy Kémo Fati muy Aliou su dee ñeneen toppa nañ si nañ bàyyi ñëpp immediately parce que ñii waruñu leen a arrest sax te buñ leen charge nañ leen bàyyi goxamee li ñoo def nii du yoon tey du yoon ëllëg employé naa la promote naa la def naa la naka trade minister ma ne bugguma maa bañ léegi nga forcé ma pour génne ma suma office loolu wone na ne loolu du woon government seen agenda loolu wone na ne am na leneen lu si rax am na leneen lu tilim lu si nekk waaw loolu lañ bëggoon a nuba rek foogoon nañ ne waa ji su ñëwee ne ko de ma ne xaari joola trade minister yaa promote ko rek dafaa bég dafaa kontaan su boobaa rek dafaa célébrer bàyyi liggéeyam bi dem si trade ministère bi su boobaa ñu jaxase li ñoo def ñoom ñoo ko xam si Auditor General's office léegi kooku mu nekk koo xam ne ku eewu la ku am dégg-dégg la ku am fula la ku am fayda la mu xam ne ñii am na luñ nar right ñu ñëpp ñu ne bu ko jël man fii laa bina ne kii su dof loo bem jël liggéey bii ay fan yu niw dañ ko faa daxa parce que that's not the essence of ñu yóbbu ko for this promotion loolu dañ ko fa bëgg a génnee xamu ni ñu ko faa génnee because loi bi dafa leer ne président mënu koo daaxa fekk taamam bi jeexul wax nañ fan la yuñ ko mun a daaxee soo ñoom amuñ si benn fan na buñ ko mun a daaxee moo tax ñu bëgg ko mën a jox yokka maxaamaam yóbbu ko promote ko now game lañ doon play léegi waa ji bañ léegi nag ñu bëgg koo indi problème te ni ñu ko bëgg a indi problème mooy ñu ne waa ji d'accord na ana fu mu d'accord ana kayit bu mu signé ne d'accord na lu dul ñu ne kii da verbally la d'accord loolu mooy ban façon nonsense si man luwaa ngaa dem yow fan ngaa mun a dem nga gañe lii verbally la kii d'accord fan la kii d'accord verbally kii génnaat na bi na ne moom d'accord bu ñu ko waxee daf ko reject nga bëggul léegi ngay bëgg a forcer kii ne bàyyi force mu génn place bi jaay ko doole loolu moo right tut fii dëkki luwaa lañ am so man nag lii laa am pour wax opposition bi nañ def pressa parce que naka la ko olof yi dee waxee lu raam si ñag bi la jëm soo leen toogee defu leen si dara billahi di ngeen ne waxoon naa leen ko next yéen la moo doon fu ñoo ñëwee si yéen ah billahi di ngeen ko rëccu government suñ starté di def lu bon first time mu ngi ko defee ngeen ko war a daga dafa ndiroo sa kër rek sa doom bés bu moo njëkkee def lu bon nga ko war a stop because soo ko stop dafa continuer te government noonu la soo ku daggu tey dafa continuer soo lii la amoon pour wax please let government release all these people, be it Kemo Bojang, Kemo Fati, sorry, and then be it what's his name again, Aluba. Let them release them immediately without any charges, right? And then what they did is very, very unconstitutional. It's very, very unconstitutional. So this is all I have to say. This is all I have to say. Thank you guys. Have a good day.